Hello, this is Steve smoking cardboard and Mrs. Cardboard.
Hello.
We're trying to sneak in a video before it gets dark. We're being blessed by the northern sun. Awesome, my son. Oh, all right.
What did you eat? Why does your breath smell like cherries?
I have to cut all this out.
We're recording, Casey.
Okay.
Yummy. Oh, that cherry stuff tastes yummy. I kissed her lips and now I ate it.
So, I'm just smoking some anniversary flake from Hearth and Home. And you're drinking a beer you started 2 hours ago.
This is a Maybach from Working Draft Brewery.
Out of Madison, Wisconsin. Anywho, trying to sneak in a video before it gets too dark. So we're getting a lot of sun nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
We're only a week away from getting the most sun we get, right? 2 weeks away. Yeah.
And it's just finally a time where it's nice to sit outside, and we just want to be outside all the time.
Yeah, I enjoy summer a lot. It's definitely my favorite season living in Wisconsin. We just got back from, I don't know, semi-ritual. I don't know. We make some of these trips to a local grocery store that has a lot of different beers, and we like to look at them. Though we spent a lot less time looking at stuff, and we kind of just knew what we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Though I'm pretty notorious for seeing something and going, ooh, I want that too.
Yeah, it's fun to go there together and just look at all the beers and dream about getting this new one or this new one. Sometimes indulging.
But beer seems to be getting more expensive. Do you think so? I think so. Some of it, I think, was probably just not changed much. And none of it's like crazy different. It might be like 25 cents more a can type thing.
Yeah.
But
Paying for it hurt a little more than it does sometimes.
yeah, we went in expecting to buy some things we didn't buy. At least me. I had some grand ideas. But then there's too many good ones they want. But this time of year I don't like anything too heavy. And IPAs kind of give me stomach issues sometimes, so try to stay away from those. And you're not really into IPAs.
No. It's nice sometimes, but I don't buy them.
So that's like over half the beers just scratched.
Yeah, we don't need to look at them.
It's probably higher than half. There's got to be more than half the beers being IPAs. But we got a lot of different types of beers. What?
And then you immediately got in the car and said, I think we should spend less on beer.
Well, you splurged on a whiskey to save $5.
It's the only time it's on sale. Father's Day. Mothers like whiskey too.
Anyhow, so you're getting spend more time with our wonderful children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody's
that
out
going?
of school. It's going all right. I'm a lot more busy. I really like the school year when my time is all on my own. Can go for long leisurely bike rides, go into the grocery store and browse for a while. But now it's just like everybody wants to be kept busy and everybody needs an idea of what to do, and then they all have things that they need to do and I have to be on top of those. It's tiring.
Yeah.
But they all have these friends in the neighborhood that they go out and play with, and then I'm friends with their moms, and so they'll be like, hey, we're going to the pool, and I'll just be like, yeah, that sounds good, I'll come too, which is a lot of fun. And this next week we're all going to drive to a lake that's about 45 minutes away, take all our kids and spend a day at the lake.
It's like an old mine, right?
It's quarry,
An old
so
quarry.
it's like really deep and clear. And then another day we're going to go to the river and watch our kids jump off the waterfalls. That's a highlight for them. They love that.
Which day are you doing that?
Thursday.
Yeah. Then I got 4 games on Monday. We go to a church that's never had a physical location,
A permanent location.
permanent place to meet besides our offices. And we finally have a building, an old church from somebody else. Well, not. They were just kind of wanting a different building, and so we bought their church. So on Tuesday, we're going to be packing up our office stuff. And then Wednesday, we're going to do baseball game. Thursday, a little cookout for Ultimate Frisbee group, maybe. And then Friday, we're going to go camping / pick up our daughter from camp. I'm glad that they like camp. It was kind of coaxing them into doing it the first year. I don't know. I didn't really do camp growing up, but I was a camp counselor in college. And so I feel like there's some valuable things that can happen at camp. So I was kind of wanting them to do that, and they did.
Yeah, and they've gotten a couple of the neighbor kids to come with them, which helps a lot. You know, You're not just going in there alone.
So yeah, then we'll go camping this next weekend, and it's supposed to get hot. It's supposed to get hot this week. We've been around the 70s, maybe hover just over 80. But it's supposed to be like hovering around 90.
Looks
a bunch
like
of
it's
days.
97 on Tuesday, which is when we're at Wazi.
And windy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to water the lawn tomorrow. It's gonna zap all the moisture out of everything. We did get rain yesterday though. That was nice. Kind of sandy soil here. We really don't have much for dirt. So even for just the farmer's sake, it's like, get that rain.
Our kids are still motivated to mow the lawn. And Carl was out there mowing today, and I had to like go out and be like, you have to go around the house so that you don't blow all the grass into the rocks, you know? And he was like, why do you have to have everything perfect? I was like, this is just so that our rocks don't start growing grass. I'm such a perfectionist.
Well, that's funny, because I did explain to him ahead of time.
Yeah, he was not doing it. So it's like, I'll show you. I'll even do it. It's furious.
Well, he got through to the end. He didn't give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And had some impromptu fires, and some neighbors came over to join us.
Yeah, we kind of pursued actually getting some firewood. We kind of have just used scrap wood from my woodworking projects, but I've been bumming around and not really doing any woodworking projects, even though I probably should. And so we've just not had any wood, so we went and bought some. It's really cheap here. Even got it delivered.
Yeah, a guy just filled up a trailer with wood from his sawmill and brought it over. That was great.
Yeah. It's a little bit more tricky to get firewood in Nebraska where there's no trees. So it's like, oh, it's so neat, there's trees. Actually, one of our neighbors were like, well, if you need firewood, just let us know, because we got all kinds of it. So. Yep. Otherwise, I don't know. Not too much. Haven't really been watching a lot of TV lately either. Man, we've been visiting and spending a lot of money going to a little brewery, this tap house, bar place. We've been spending a lot of money and time doing that. We like doing that.
It
Pretty
is, yes,
relaxing.
time well spent. If you get to try all of the beers, is it not worth it? Are you not entertained?
No. The kids like to go to a lot of those places and we'll get them a soda, and then they have like free popcorn, so they just go nuts. You think we don't feed our kids. They go there and they're just, man, you could just put a trough full of popcorn and they would just stick their heads in there and eat all that popcorn, spending hours just munching on that stuff.
We were trying to play a game and we were like, okay, you got your pop, everybody, you have your beers, you guys got your popcorn, let's play this game while we're here. And then our one son is just like
can't stop
we
eating
have
to
to be
take
like,
his turn.
it's your turn. Okay, play my turn. Every time, it's your turn.
Yeah, and then the sodas, it's always so nerve-wracking. They're so clumsy that you're just put the cap on the soda so you don't spill the soda. But it's good that they enjoy doing that stuff.
I feel like we've made them enjoy it so that they can come and be part of our something that we really enjoy.
Yeah.
We'd be like, don't you want to go eat popcorn? I'll get you some.
Our son was informing us on the way to the brewery that he thought it was a bad business decision to not charge for the popcorn. I was like, well, if they go out of business because they're not charging for the popcorn, I think they might have other problems. But he was like, I was like, well, what should they charge for the popcorn? He's like 25 cents. I was like, oh yeah, that would definitely help their business. 25 cents for the popcorn.
Yeah, we were like, you should tip them. We could give tips.
But then our neighbor just started working as the bartender at the brewery.
Yeah, our friend.
So that was neat to see him, though we kind of just neglected him and played our games on a different table because we had all our kids with us. I was like, oh, we should have chatted him up more. But his wife came in and was playing games with us.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, we'll see how this camping trip goes. It's going to be hot. So that's nice because the evenings will just be great. And there is a nice little beach on this, I don't know, I always want to call it a pond because it's not.
It's pretty small.
It's pretty small. And there's like no motorboats on this thing. But it has a nice little beach in the water. The water's got to be cold. So,
Show light.
yeah, I installed some of those like Wi-Fi enabled lights. So they're scheduled to turn on with the sunset. So
Pretty good.
I guess it's
Pretty
sunset.
close. That's smart. Oh my gosh. It's the season of really big bugs too. I'm so
Yeah.
glad I don't live in Australia. I see like a June bug and I'm like, oh, that's a big bug.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. But
For
we also
you?
get yeah, you're right. Yeah,
That
because
thing
now
was
all the
huge.
kids like react the same way. They're all like, "Ooh,
I'm
ooh."
brave. I'm so brave. They act like that because Carl got attacked by wasps last summer.
Yeah,
That hurts.
it does. But it's all the fall. You learn. But then there's birds everywhere. And we even have like a neighbor friend whose daughter is very good at
Being
taking,
kind to animals.
and by kind we mean torturing them slowly until they die. You know how kids,
So a couple of us
try
have
to take care of
birdhouses,
animals.
and one of the birdhouses, like all the babies had come out of the nest for some reason, and some of them were dead, and a couple of them were still alive. So we went and we put gloves on and tried to put a couple back into the birdhouse, because you could tell like their families were going crazy. Like I don't know what happened, probably a blue jay, but one of them just was kicked out of the nest. They weren't having him back. And so Regan has been nursing it back to health, trying to get it strong enough to survive in the wild now that it's been hand fed for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but he just hangs out with them. I mean, it's definitely a pet bird.
He'll fly and land on their heads, land on their shoulders now.
Yeah.
He just comes, he learned how to fly, and he'll go up into the trees and then come down when he's hungry and just be like, ah. So he's not gonna make it.
We're not sure he's gonna advance past that.
No. How do you teach a bird how to dig for insects or worms?
Then I have jury duty the next 2 weeks. Luckily, there's no trials this week. Next week, hopefully those trials get canceled.
I feel like that's a sign that you live in a small town. It's like, we don't have any trials.
Well, they did. They had like at least 3 scheduled this week initially.
Yeah.
Like when they sent it out like a week ago, but they've all been resolved out of court.
Oh, so what happened?
Yeah, I mean, some people
Some things get pushed to.
don't want to go to court and have the jurors determine how their verdict goes, so they'll all just pick something that's agreeable and resolve it. And then our little fire hydrant out there, I was kind of wanting to like spruce it up a bit, it was looking drabby. And then I was reading about it and was like, well, it might require specific paint, and yada yada yada. So then I don't know. They said they'll handle it. I ended up sending an email, and I guess it's the city water that takes care of that. So now I'm curious how long it takes them to do something. Because if it's a year, I would not be surprised. If it's like next year it's still there, I'd be like, they got stuff to do too. I just wanted to do it. I just wanted them to give me the stuff so I could do it. But I was not given that option. I offered, but
I love those guys. The city workers who take care of the fire hydrants. It's twice a year. They come around the neighborhood and they just open up the fire hydrants. And that was like such a fun day for all the kids. And we just follow his truck around to the next fire hydrant and he just open that thing up and it's freezing water. But the kids, I would just be like, put your swimsuits on, let's go, it's a water day. And they just play in the fire hydrant.
Yep.
They're just cleaning out the taps.
We also had like our water meter changed out too.
Was it water? Is that what it was?
Yeah. I guess it was so that they could
check it remotely.
Yeah.
On a thing. I don't know.
I'm just so curious how they were doing it before.
Wouldn't they have to walk around the house and look at the meter?
Yeah, must be.
So yeah, I think they would have to go around to the outside and look at the meter. And now they can just do it remotely.
Right. I think they can do it from the street, maybe. So you can just drive by and pick it up or whatever. Yeah, it seems like you should be able to get a discount to be able to like have it Wi-Fi connect, like submit data to a website or something.
They're downstairs.
So when I scheduled for someone to come and change this thing, I thought it would be on the outside of the house. So I was like, why do I even need to schedule it? Why do I even need to be home? And so then he comes and knocks on the door, and I'm like, someone's knocking on the door, like, quick, throw on some clothes. Or I was like in my pajamas, and then I answered the door, and I was like, what? And he's like, okay, can I come in? And I was like, oh, okay, why? He's like, where's your thing? It's probably by your water heater. And I was like, probably is. So we went downstairs, and I was like, well, you're gonna have to move some of this tobacco and some of these boxes. They're too heavy. Like, you're like, you can do it. And he's like, oh, what if I break something? And I'm like, it's fine. It's no problem.
Krista wasn't gonna help.
He was so happy. That big thing was right in front of it. He figured it out.
Yeah, I didn't put two and two together when she mentioned that needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
We also had recycle electronics, or we ended up cutting in line. It didn't.
It was like a city thing where they were like, come and recycle all your electronics, and we'll knock. It'll either be free or we'll knock some money off of it.
Yeah, because normally it costs X amount for different electronics, but here it was like discount day or free. So it was free for everything we brought. We brought back an LCD TV and an old computer and computer equipment or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was all free to just get rid of, and they would recycle it. So that was cool. But there was a huge line, but we didn't realize that. And there was like two ways to get to this like dead end road, and we went the way that's natural for us to go, and the rest of the city kind of got another one. So that other line was like half a mile long. We got like in front of all of it. I didn't realize that's what we were doing until we were like, oh, I think the other cars are like all
there was someone directing traffic, so we didn't just like butt in there. They were like, come on in.
Yeah. But we're gonna have to like, I don't know. We always tend to buy some amount of fireworks. Kind of varies from year to year. It's such an awkward thing to waste money on fireworks because they're one and done, you know. You spend all this money and I feel like because we go to my sister and brother-in-law's parents' place, then for free, like it's like one way we can give back is by buying these fireworks to fire them off.
Yeah.
So that's part of the reason why I think it's like, oh, I should buy something, because we hardly contribute anything. We use their boat, their house. But
well, it was like such a shocker. I grew up in Minnesota, and fireworks weren't allowed. Like, you couldn't buy anything and you couldn't fire anything off. Like, it was only sparklers and like ground sparklers. And so when I moved to Nebraska with Steve, and he was like, 4th of July, let's go get some stuff and light it off. It just like opened my world and blew my mind. But I was like, I can hold this thing and it's gonna like shoot into the sky. It made me feel like Harry Potter.
Well, Nebraska, yeah, you could get real fireworks.
Yeah.
And it was
we
legal
just,
to
set them
fire
on our
them
street, and it was just one of those big things.
In Wisconsin, you can get real fireworks, but it's illegal to fire them. It's confusing.
Yeah.
And then we take them to Michigan, where nothing's legal there either. So, but
really.
But on the 4th, everyone's firing everything off. You know.
Okay.
No one's really. It's not a problem. It's one of those things where it's like everyone's breaking the law, so you can't arrest everybody. Just don't start a fire. We've yet to do that. So that's good.
Yeah.
Kids like it though.
Yeah. It's some good memories.
I guess that's it. That's all we got. You're probably long gone anyway. Bye.
Bye. We should cut all that.